Okay, so welcome to our podcast. This is a little bit different today because this podcast is a spin-off of our radio show. Well, it's just, we're starting. It's on.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. I'm so excited to talk to you because when I met you, which was what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I thought you have so much energy. You have such a vibe. You have such an aura.
Thank you.
You know, you're amazing.
Oh, that's too
Your
nice.
energy is like a level 10.
It is. I sometimes say I'm like a walking party because I do have a lot of energy, but I love people, right? And I just love to meet new people. So when I met you, I was so excited to meet you, and the fact that we had just had your team out at the raceway. I'm like, oh, here you are in person.
I know, and then I'm just okay. First of all, if I ask. So one of the things I do and don't do is I don't research anything.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so I'm talking to you like I was talking to you we were at the bar.
Yeah.
I was just like talking to you and I was learning things about you.
Yes.
So I kind of want to do that here, okay?
Perfect.
So I don't Google, I didn't do anything.
Yes,
so if
I love that.
If I ask you something, you're like,
You could have.
it's been in the news 10 times already.
Googled that. No.
I'm not going to ask you anything. I didn't Google anything.
Perfect.
Right? I do know stuff from talking to you at the bar.
Yes.
So the fact, okay. You are the president of Phoenix Raceway.
Yes, the president of Phoenix Raceway.
And you're from here.
Born and raised here in Arizona. So I actually grew up in the West Valley, not far from the raceway. My parents still live in the same house I was born and raised in like 100 years ago. You know?
That's so
Isn't that crazy?
awesome.
Yeah. So I went to Trevor Brown High School, so like a West Side girl.
Do you remember what I said to you?
Yeah.
Okay, you're tough.
I am tough.
I said, you ever stab anybody?
No. And I've never stabbed anyone.
Because I have friends with the Trevor Brown. They have stabbed people.
Hey, Trevor Brown is not that. It's not that bad, if you will.
Okay, so you grew up. Your parents lived in the same house. You went to Trevor Brown.
Yeah. Yep. So grew up there. Went to Trevor Brown. Obviously, Trevor Brown is a Title I high school, and so for me, I actually had this really unique opportunity when I was at Trevor Brown. I was 16 years old. They had like this school to careers program, and they were selecting like 4 students to go work at Charles Schwab of all places. So I was like,
the stock thing.
Yes, yep, the stock company, huge, major, amazing company. So there was 4 students that they were going to select. 3 were going to be stockbrokers, and then 1 was going to be people services. I knew for sure I did not want to be a stockbroker because, who wants to stockbroke? I don't know. Right. But at that time, I didn't know. I didn't really know.
Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah, right. 16. It just sounds like too serious, right? But people services, I was like, whatever that is, I'll take option B. And so I actually got hired at Charles Schwab as a 16-year-old, and people services was human resources. So I was an administrative assistant in human resources at a whole 16 years old, and that's how I actually started my career is there. And I was making $6.50 an hour, and I was like, shoot, this is so cool. Like, I'm rich, right? Mm-hmm. But then at Schwab, because of your securities license, your FINRA license, you actually can't work there until you're 18 as a full-time employee. So when I was 18, I graduated high school, right, getting ready to I was going to Arizona State. So I was going to go to school full-time, and then I got hired on full-time at Schwab, and I was making $10 an hour. I was like, shoot, there is zero chance I'm getting rid of this job. So I worked there through the remainder of high school and all of my undergrad at college. So I was there for almost 7 years at Charles Schwab. Really, again, propelled my career. I was in human resources. I did my internship there and everything. And so that is really what set me apart from a career perspective, is taking that chance. I tell young people all the time, it was a little flyer at school for the thing at Charles Schwab. And honestly, I wanted to get a job because there was one thing my parents wouldn't pay for, and that was my fake fingernails. And so I was like, well, if you're not going to pay for it, I'm going to get a job, right? And so that was my motivation. Was like, I want to have my own little money, right? Mm-hmm. And so I got that job, and honestly, the rest is history from there and the network I created at Charles Schwab.
Are your fingernails fake now?
They're not fake. They're real. They are real.
Nice.
They are real now, but they are always maintained. That's
okay, wait. So Your parents, what do they do for a living? Because you said they pay for everything except for your fake nails.
Yes.
What did they do?
Yeah, and it's so funny. I grew up in the West Side, and obviously I didn't know that there was more, so much more to life until I went to ASU. Right, I went to the ASU Tempe main campus, and people had like real money, right? Like we're driving fancy cars, like all of those things. And so my dad worked at UPS for 30 years, and then my mom was a paralegal, worked for the same attorneys. She still works for the same attorneys today. Like she doesn't have to work, but I say it keeps her young, right? She still goes like a couple days a week and helps the now one attorney that is left, who's still alive. He was the young one back then, and now he's,
Is it one of those famous law firms?
No, it's not a famous law firm. Very, local. Like his name is Rick Gillette, right? And she's been working for Rick. I mean, honestly, I can't since I was little.
Wow.
Yeah.
And your dad, did he retire from UPS?
Yeah, he retired from UPS. So, so fast forward, now, and I know exactly when my dad retired because it was when I have two boys. I have 14 and an 18-year-old. So my 18-year-old, we were having a baby, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like, who's gonna watch this kid? Right? Like, I have this career that's going. Like, what am I gonna do with this kid? Like, who's gonna help? Right? And it was just ironic timing. My dad was like, you know what? I'm ready to retire. He's like, oh, we're gonna retire, and they watched my baby from the time I went back to work, all the way until babies didn't need to be watched anymore.
And so your kids are really close with grandma and grandpa?
Oh, super tight. Like they'd rather, hang with my parents than us.
That's so great.
It really is.
When you were at Schwab, was there like a mentor that you had, or was there somebody, or did you soak information from different people?
I obviously, I was on 10 back then too with my network and just talking to people. So I was just so fortunate to be able to have so many people, honestly, that invested in me at that time. So definitely had a mentor. I had multiple mentors. I had a mentor that kind of helped me with that financial independence piece. So I said I didn't want to be a stockbroker, but I guarantee you I learned about what it meant to be a stockbroker, what it meant to be a financial advisor, and just the ins and outs of that phenomenal career. It really is an amazing career. Right. But it also sets you up for your future. I mean, I was 18 years old with the 401k, right? And, when I graduated from college at 21 years old, that same week I was graduating from college and purchasing my first place, my first condo, but I wouldn't have known to do that. I wouldn't have known those things if it were not for my career at Charles Schwab, right? They helped you with maintaining your money and figuring out you don't have to make $1 billion a year to survive.
So you bought a condo at 21 years old, so you started investing or having real estate. Mm-hmm. Did you keep that condo? Do you still have it? Did you flip it?
No, I should have. It was on 32nd Street in Indian School. If I would have known.
Right by that McDonald's?
Yeah, all of that.
And the Delight and the gas station?
All of this stuff, right?
Oh,
okay,
man.
if I would have known what that area was going to do, I would have kept that condo.
Right.
But I did not keep the condo. That when people ask me, like, what are your biggest regrets in life? Not keeping my condo that I bought when I was 21 years old. But, I needed it, though, as well, in order to purchase more properties. But, I mean, in my mind, I guess, did I? I don't know if I really needed to sell it. I could have rented. There were so many options, right?
Have you looked up to see how much it's worth
now?
No,
I used to, and now I've stopped.
I did that. Almost very similar to your story. I bought a condo when I was 23.
Yes.
In San Diego, in South Mission Beach. I'm going to tell you how much. I'm going to tell you how much I paid for it.
How much you pay for it?
I bought it for $169,000.
Stop it.
And then I got married. It was a 2-bedroom, and it had a view of the beach and the bay and SeaWorld and the mountains. It was the most beautiful, and it was my penthouse.
It was your penthouse.
And then I got married, and we moved. I got a radio job, and we moved, and so I had to sell it so I could live.
Yeah.
And I sold it for $269,000.
Okay. So
a year later, the guy sold it for $1 million.
Stop it.
$1 million.
A year later?
A year later.
$1
million.
That hurts my heart for you.
$1 million.
$1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the thing about real estate. The thing about real estate is it's an amazing thing, right? To have, but at the same time, like, oh man, I paid a whole $52,000 for my little condo back then, and like I said,
and now it's 32nd Street. They probably paid whoever $1 million to tear it down to build those complexes right there.
Yeah, to
build the McDonald's.
To where you probably were. So the condo is still there because I drive by there.
It's still there?
Yeah, it's still there. The condo's still there, but all of that stuff is like backed into it now. So now there's like a Plaza. I don't know if it's like a Ross. There's like all kind of stuff.
It's over by that F45 and Protein House right there.
Yep,
Yeah, I know exactly where
yep,
the
right
condo
there.
is.
Yep.
Probably worth $1 million.
Probably. I'm never looking it up again.
So you're 21, you graduate, you buy a condo. Then what? Are you still at Charles Schwab?
Yeah, so I was still at Charles Schwab, and then.
By the way, you're at Charles Schwab, and you're not looking at racing. NASCAR's not.
No.
Days of Thunder is just a movie.
No.
You're not.
I don't even know honestly, at 21 years old, I don't even know that I knew what NASCAR really was back then, right? Even though we lived, my parents lived not far from the track. And so you could hear, when NASCAR was in town, you could hear it at our house because there was nothing in between. Now there's a lot of things in between. The city of Avondale has just boomed.
Right.
And there's so many other things in between there now. But back when I was younger, we knew, right? Like you knew when it was there because you could hear the buzz. But like I never went. I didn't know. Like I'm a huge sports person. Obviously, that's where we met. I will go to a basketball game every day. I will go to a football game any day. Honestly, any sporting event. But I just had not been to NASCAR.
So how long are you at Schwab for?
I was at Schwab for 7 years, and then 9/11 happened. And when 9/11 happened, you know the world was changing, and people were getting laid off, and all of those types of things. And you know, by that time, I was a whole 22 years old in human resources, and really part of this, group of people that would be telling people that they were going to be losing their jobs. And I mean, I'm like 22. I'm like, that is not. I just am not fulfilled anymore, right? Like that's not what I want to be doing.
You had to fire people?
It was awful. Like I was on the back end of like knowing, like I would have the list, right? You know, that 30, 60, 90 day list of who was on that list. Oh, it was terrible. But like I was so young, I didn't really, now since then I've fired a lot of people. but then that's not what I wanted to be doing. So I left, went to a couple of other financial institutions, but going back to Schwab, the place that I spent the most amount of time was USAA. I was there for almost 14 years, and it was my mentor at Charles Schwab that then worked. Now she, left Schwab and was working at USAA. Her name is Lisa DiMatteo. I love her. She retired from USAA, but it was her that reached out and she said, "Hey, I'm here at USAA. We have a recruiting job open. Would you consider, this opportunity?" By that point, I am pregnant with my oldest child. I am also, we had just gotten married, all the things. And so I was like, I might as well take this opportunity at USAA. It's a great company. I've never been in the military, have family members that have been in the military, but I've only heard really great things about the company. And so I worked at USAA for almost 14 years. I started in that recruiting space, and really because of my network, right? Like I was out there, and that internal network and volunteering for things and really helping. We had a regional site leader there at USAA that I'd help. He was in that financial services side, and he was elevated and promoted up, and he needed to hire his chief of staff, if you will, like a site director, and that ended up being me. I didn't know I was super young. Most people there at that time and the executive leadership are men and older white men, and then there was me, and so I really had this opportunity to create and do my own thing with leading. I was still doing some recruiting things. I was leading community efforts, so I led the USAA Foundation locally, giving money away but creating partnerships, doing USA as the salute to service partner for the NFL, so doing all those salute to service games and activation. So that was like my way into sports and really building my network in that sports arena as well, which is where I met the person that was leading NASCAR Phoenix Raceway. Julie and we met on like a women's panel. Did
she hire you away from USAA?
Yeah. So I had left Julie was here. So Julie was in Arizona for about 4 years leading the raceway. But ironically, I was at USAA. We were on a women's panel. Before the panel, Ray Shea from the Business Journal, he called me before the panel and said, "Hey, my friend Julie just moved here from Daytona to Arizona, and she doesn't have any friends out here, and she's like you." And I'm like, "What does that mean, Ray?" And so he's like, "She's like a badass and just gets shit done." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, my kind of girl." So he's like, "Well, could you be friends with her?" I'm like, "Yeah, as long as she's a good person." So I meet Julie. She's a phenomenal human being. What I didn't know at the time, so she really did need to build her network here. What I didn't know is that she was going to be rebuilding Phoenix Raceway. So NASCAR put in over $200 million into the raceway, and so Julie tore it down and rebuilt it. she wasn't on a capital campaign. Like, she didn't need the money. The money was already there. What she needed was, when it was open, she needed people to come to the raceway, right? Like, you're putting all this money into the track. So how do you make sure that the seats are full,
right,
and make sure that you're, you know, recouping, if you will, some of the money that you have put into it? And so I really spent time helping her build her network, just because
you're a friend.
Yes.
You became her friend.
Yes.
And she's like, I need to do this. You've
Yes.
been having coffee or getting some breakfast, and she talk about stuff.
Yes. Because it was so easy, right? Like, she's just an easy person, but it was also very easy to know that what the impact the raceway could and does have on our economy here. So why not connect her with, you know, the biggest people in Arizona who can help her with filling those seats? And so
you did.
Absolutely.
So like who? Who do you
Absolutely.
connect her with?
So people like Chris Camacho he was at the time at GPEC. He was the CEO of Greater Phoenix Economic Council. Chris has since moved on now into a bigger role. Also, people like Neil Giuliano, who leads Greater Phoenix Leadership. I mean, the Chambers. I mean, there were so many people, other business leaders, other people that were like me. And then she created a group. I said, you know, Julie, I'm not the only person that actually can do this for you. There's so many the one thing about our community here is that we all want each other to thrive, right? Like, we are really, really good at like connecting and like, hey, I connect you, and then you guys go do your thing and make magic happen. And so there was other groups of individuals. So we have, like, for example, at the time, like, we had the city of Avondale mayor was like and some elected officials were part of that. And then you have just other like business leaders that are here locally, like some folks from if you will, like Linda Little is an accelerator.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, she is. She's been an accelerator for a long time.
How long have you known Linda?
Since that accelerator group. So that has to now be about 5 years, 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So Linda's on there. You have like Nikki Bollock, who's she does the sports commission, like the Arizona Hall of Fame. Nikki is on those.
But you're not working there.
No.
You're just being a good person, connecting her.
Just being a good person, just connecting her. And then we became friends, right? And so Julie didn't have any family or anything here, so she would come to our home, and we'd have sometimes tequila and dinner. And so, if you will, call it like Thursday night, right? Like Thursday night, she comes over, we eat dinner, hang out. And Julie had been like traveling a ton, which is not, now being in NASCAR, it's not uncommon. So I didn't really think anything of it, but she kept saying, you know, like, I've been in Chicago for weeks at a time. And I'm like, okay. She still didn't say anything. So Monday, you know, like, you get these little, I don't know if you follow the Phoenix Business Journal, but most business people do. And so you get these alerts when like something major happens. So I get like this breaking news alert. This breaking news alert says Julie Giese is leaving Phoenix Raceway and moving to Chicago to take on the Chicago Street Race for NASCAR. And I'm like, WTF, Julie? Like, you were just at my house on Thursday.
Yeah.
So as I'm getting ready to call her, I was pulling into Arizona State. I was pulling into ASU for an alumni board meeting. So I'm pulling into the meeting, getting this text, and Julie's calling all at the same time. I will remember the moment forever. So she's calling, and as she's calling, she's like, okay, first of all, I know you're upset because I didn't tell you anything, but I was under an NDA, right? Couldn't say anything. So, okay. So she was like, but I was more upset that she was leaving, right? Because we became friends. I'd gone to her races, and so she's like, and I know you're upset about all of that. She's like, don't worry about that. She's like, what I'm actually calling you for is I want you to consider taking on my job. And I was like, hell no, there is zero chance I'm doing that. And so she's like, okay, before you say no, I need you to think about it. I'm going to call you back. And so, she hangs up, and I call my husband, and I'm like, first of all, you're not going to believe this, right? You know, Julie called and she asked if I would take on her job. And I told her, hell no. And he was like, okay, let's talk about it later, right? And I was like, oh, he has something to say. So as I get home, he's like, you mentor all of these people. You do all this stuff. When is there ever a time that you would tell one of your mentees to turn down an opportunity before they even like learn about it? And I'm like,
got you.
Yeah. I was like, dang, I hate when he's right, you know? And he was like really right. So, so honestly, we prayed about it. We went through the process. I interviewed NASCAR more than they interviewed me because I'm the first Black woman to run a track in NASCAR history at that time, over 75-year history. And that is always the storyline. But like, I have worked to be in that space and place, right? It's what I've done for this community, and what I've done as a business person is the reason she asked me to do the job, not because I'm a Black woman in the job. And so navigating that and navigating having that piece was something that I, wanted to make sure like I wasn't going to be like a token, and I would be able to do the things that I knew I would be able to do at the raceway. And so it's been 3 years, and honestly, it's been history since then. We have like been. I have an amazing team, and we've been killing it.
Okay, it's been 3 years.
Yeah.
So who's your boss? Her?
No. So my boss is actually, so NASCAR is owned by like a family, so the France family. And so,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So NASCAR is owned by
France?
France.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the France family. So I work for NASCAR. So even though it's Phoenix Raceway, I work for NASCAR. And there is like a person, like there's a person in between, and then there's like the CEO.
So did you have to interview with all these people?
Oh, yeah. I interviewed with a lot of people. So I interviewed with, the CEO, and now he's the commissioner of NASCAR. His name's Steve Phelps. Steve is the one who honestly closed the deal for me to work at NASCAR.
I can't imagine anybody after meeting you saying, she's not right. I mean, it had to be all thumbs up the whole way around, right? It had to be.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but really it also had to be thumbs up for me, right? And so it was more me making sure it was the right environment for me, because also I'm bringing my family into this. It's very public, right? And it's not like, I mean, it's a major sport. We have broadcast,
huge.
Right? We have broadcast partners, and it's a major thing. And so,
did you learn all that, or did you were you learning that as you were her friend, helping her out? Were you learning these things?
No, I was just going to the race, enjoying the race like everybody else. Yeah. I was not learning the ins and outs of NASCAR. I thought she was going to be here forever.
Broadcast partners, like when all of a sudden is it like, hey, we got to sign a deal with this broadcast company.
Yeah. So basically,
get it handled.
Yeah. So basically, how that works. So we have national broadcast partners, right? So for example, last year we have 2 races. So March. Last year would be March and November. We had championship, and so for our March race it would be Fox is our partner, and then the November race it's NBC. And so now this year it's all switching up. So our broadcast partners are different for next year, but those are national partnerships. Then locally, Garrett, who's here with me today, he leads all of our marketing efforts, and so we work with Garrett and our marketing agency. We have an agency that we work with called Commit. Commit helps us with other local broadcasters and things like that we're doing here more on a local level. Nationals handled through the league, handled through NASCAR, and then I work directly with the broadcast national partners, and then get my team here, and my team works with them as well, right? Like we all collectively collaborate and work together and do what we need. It's a production.
Okay, so 3 years ago,
Yep.
You resigned. You give 2 weeks notice.
Yeah, so I was no longer at USAA. I was with a company called Bell Bank, which I had left USAA because I was like, I want to step out of that. I was really, really busy, and I wanted to spend more time with the kids, and I wanted to do something a little more low key. So a local community bank called Bell Bank. They are phenomenal human beings. I was fine doing my thing at Bell. I was good. I was good. I mean, I probably would have never left. I was just having a great time at Bell Bank. I was there for 2 years hanging out, right? Like just doing really good things.
And this opportunity lands, and you figure, why not? Out
of nowhere.
So you resigned, 2 weeks notice. Hey,
yeah.
And they're probably like, what now?
Yeah, no, I didn't give a 2 week notice because my job was big. So I gave them like a 30-day notice, if you will.
30-day notice.
Yep.
So walk me through the first day as president of Phoenix Raceway. So, you wake up, you shower, you get dressed, do your hair, you get in the car, and you drive to work.
Yeah. So when it was announced, right? Okay, so it was announced, and I wasn't exactly sure what day it was going to be like announced, right? And so I was thinking, it'll be like any other announcement, right? You just see it online, like no big deal. So it gets announced on like the beginning of November, and all of a sudden I have a PR rep, right? So at the time I have done a ton of media, done all that stuff, but like I never had like my own personal PR rep, right? So I have my PR rep Matt, and Matt's like, he's like, hi. What's your schedule for today? Because you have at least 6 media interviews lined up. I'm like, I'm still working at Bell. And so he's like, I know. So, but what time are you available? And by the way, can you come out here to the raceway this morning as well to take some photos? I'm like, what is happening? So I'm standing on the side of the mountain at the raceway. My hair's still wet. I didn't know what was going on. So I have the worst photo I've ever taken in my whole life is the announcement photo that went viral. I'm like, is there any way to get that photo taken off of the internet? One thing about a black girl, you got to give her time to let my hair dry. It has to get big, right? So that was my first introduction to like, welcome to the job. Right. So that was that day, and then literally day one, I go into the track. I have wonderful employees. There's a ton of employees there. Julie is here. She's been a phenomenal mentor. She's in town. She's like, we're gonna get you all set up for day one. You know, it's just you're like meeting everyone and sitting down, talking to everyone, walking around. Meanwhile, I have like a dress, I have heels on, and she's like, yeah, you're gonna ditch those like by day 2. So I was like, I can wear my sneakers. So I've created a trend with that as well. So that was day 1, and then the next day I went to Nashville because our sport doesn't stop, and so we had our award show. So I'm literally day 2 on the job, and I flew to Nashville. So
you don't know what's going on. You don't know anything about NASCAR.
I don't know anything. I'm meeting drivers. I'm like, it's like the craziest thing. I mean, I had already met like Michael Jordan owns a racing team.
Oh yeah.
So I had already met like Michael. And
you met Michael Jordan on day 2?
I had already met him before that because of Julie. Suite, he was in her suite, and like I met him.
He came here?
He comes here all the time. He has a race team. So the amount of people that I have met is crazy. It's like the craziest thing, and I don't get starstruck. I mean, because
Michael Jordan,
he's like regular. I am telling you.
What? No, like, does he know you?
Yeah.
Get out. How does he come to? Does he just fly his plane, land here?
No. There is a process
over there. Is there a private plane landing strip over there?
There's the Goodyear is the closest private.
Is that where he lands? Does he have that plane?
Depends on where he's going. Okay, because it depends on where he's staying, depends on where he's going, depends on what time he gets here.
Does he stay at an Airbnb or a hotel?
I mean, it depends.
You know,
it does, but it depends.
That's so wild.
It depends again on like he also has a really fancy motor coach too. I mean, those things are not. It's not like a. I mean, they're very, very fancy.
Oh, so he'll have his team drive that here and then pick him up at the airport?
Yes, the teams all drive in.
Like, so you call him Michael?
Yeah.
You say Michael or MJ?
Michael.
Really? Is that nuts? That's nuts.
Yes, it is.
Especially you with a basketball family with your brother.
Yes.
Has your brother met Michael Jordan?
Yes. No.
You haven't done your brother a solid and let him What? What?
No, hey, you gotta keep things, you know.
No, you gotta be cool.
Yeah, you gotta be cool. It's a hard balance.
Although inside you're pinching yourself, outside you're like, hey man, we need you over here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really, seriously though, like even people like Michael Jordan, people like the Jeff Gordons of the world, like some of the biggest race.
You met him?
Oh, all that I talk. Jeff will call me all the drivers are super cool. I mean,
but he's not a driver anymore, is he?
No, now he works for the Hendrick Motorsports, and so he's like a big deal now.
Oh, well, he was a big. I mean,
he's the biggest deal. But people like Jeff Gordon. I mean, no joke. When I first started Hendrick Motorsport, I went out to all of the racing teams are in North Carolina. So went there. They want you to be successful as a track president, so they invited me out there to learn more about what it takes to have a racing team. Jeff spent his time. He came hours. Just kind of walking through how the business works, all that. Before I have a race, still 3 years later, before I have a race, I will either get a phone call or text message from Jeff, just, hey, thinking about you this week, making, if you need anything, let me know, all of that. And he like really means it. If I call Jeff and said, hey, I need you to show up for something or whatever it is, if he's available, he's going to do it.
Okay, but wait. You didn't know who Jeff Gordon was before you were president.
I mean, everybody knows who Jeff Gordon is.
Yeah, that's true.
I definitely knew who Jeff Gordon was.
I recognize his face.
Yeah, I definitely knew who Jeff Gordon was. Like, but meeting him in person, I was like, God, you're just so like a normal person. Like, you're so nice.
Okay, who else?
I mean, you have like all the drivers. I mean,
who's what are some famous drivers right now?
Right now would be like a Denny Hamlin. Kyle Larson is Kyle is the champion from this past year.
Kyle Larson?
Yeah, Kyle Larson.
I know. What about Bubba?
Yeah, Bubba Wallace.
Wallace.
Bubba has been great. So that is he works for Michael Jordan's racing team. The 2311 team. Yeah.
Has he always been there?
I mean, since they've started.
I met a guy a couple years ago in the record business. Mm-hmm. I wonder if there's a connection here. He's the president of a record company, sold a record company. He's always golfing with Michael Jordan. Him and I have DM'd each other. We've met many times. And I think he owns, or he did, so I'm saying it was a couple years ago, an agency. And I think Bubba his name is Kevin Lyles. You know Kevin Lyles? 300 Entertainment, and he has... Bubba is one of his athletes.
Okay, I could have met him, but I don't know him. Yeah, I don't know.
I would kind of hope you did meet him because when he comes to town, he's supposed to come on this podcast. He has Gunna and a bunch of people on his label.
He does? Yeah.
Have you been to hip hop artists?
Have I met any hip hop artists?
Hip hop artists.
So I made sure we had a hip hop artist as our pre-race concert last year. Nelly. Yes.
When was he here? Was he
last championship? So not this past one, but the one before. I really had this I mean, hip hop is universal.
Well, you're gonna change racing. Man.
I'm culture, right? Like my walkout songs when I'm out there doing.
You have walkout songs?
Yes, and they're all hip hop. I'm not doing any. If it doesn't hype me up, I'm not walking out to it. So
like what? What is it now?
So so for a race weekend, you have 3. I have it at a minimum 3 races that I walk out for, and each one has a different song. So like I have like a list. So like my favorite is "Blow the Whistle," right? And so I mean, because that's just such a hype song, but it has to be edited. So we have phenomenal DJs that we work with, NASCAR DJs that we work with. So DJ Stylist, he's not local. He goes around to each one of the races. So DJ Stylist is always rocking with me and my song. He loves work. I know he loves
your walkout.
Yeah. So like I've had, I have a whole list. I got so like I had last time I had like Eve, who's that girl, has been one. Like I said, Blow the Whistle. I had the Yin Yang Twins. I've had
Yin Yang Twins. They were just here.
They were. Let me see who else have I had. I mean, I'm sure I've had some Nelly songs. I've had like literally, you name it. I would mix in. I like more of an old school mix because it hypes me up more.
You know what's funny is that you're so authentic, and I think we can look at this, and I'm really proud of this interview because I think this is going to be like you're changing the culture of racing, and people don't know it yet.
Yeah,
it's like there's going to be a documentary probably made on you. Right? I mean, how many women are there that are running racetracks?
Well, now there are, so me, Julie, there's 4 of us.
And how many racetracks are there?
Well, there are, so let me see, there's 13. NASCAR owns like 27 or so total.
What are the...
Yeah, so where are they?
No, like you say NASCAR, who else owns them?
Yeah,
what else is there?
That's a great question. So you have there's Speedway Motorsports, and then there's NASCAR tracks, and so you don't really know, like from the outside looking in, you won't know which one is a NASCAR track and which one isn't because we race NASCAR at the Speedway tracks as well. So like for example, the Charlotte Motor Speedway is not a NASCAR owned track, even though we actually have quite a few employees in Charlotte. We have our own office building that's not. But
will there be a NASCAR race that racetrack?
There's always NASCAR races on that racetrack. So like you wouldn't know that it's not a NASCAR owned, and that Speedway Motorsports are owned by the Smith family, and then you have our NASCAR owned tracks.
Do you network with other powerful women in sports? And I say that because I have one in mind.
Who do you have in mind?
Jeannie Buss.
Oh, yeah. I do. So it's so funny because, like you said, changing the game. I have been so fortunate and so blessed to the opportunities that I have received by just nationally talking to people, going to events. Like this past summer, I was asked to come to an event. It was called Leading Women Define. It was in California, and I didn't know it was through J.P. Morgan Chase. They reached out, asked if I would do a fireside chat, and I didn't know all the details, but I was like, I'm doing it because it sounds cool, right? Well, it was Deborah Lee who used to run BET. She was the person that was doing it, and my schedule was all jacked up, so I couldn't come. I was just flying in by the skin of my pants, which is usually how this works. But right before I got there, Kamala Harris was a speaker. I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm sharing like a stage with like major people, not like, and it doesn't matter your political preference. It's just that like, she's like a major person, right? And so the women that were there, I was like, oh, okay. So I've had these opportunities, but from that opportunity, I was then featured on CBS on the Today Show during my race weekend because the MC,
and you're just like,
the MC that was there was Michelle Miller, who does the Saturday Today Show, and so I was the story that she came out here, interviewed me, and went through this. So I have really had this opportunity to be in front of. So I'm always looking to like connect and be part of other just really awesome. So any any opportunities I get like that to go. And
well, Jeannie Buss is, I think she just sold the
sold,
Lakers.
yeah.
But there's a show on Netflix about her. It's awesome with Kate Hudson.
Yes, I've been watching it.
Like, yeah, have you? Because there's a season 2 coming out, but it's like you and her have very similar.
Yes.
Like, you're taking over something massive and changing the game. Jeannie Buss changed the game.
Literally changed the game. So yes,
you got to meet her.
I know. I got to.
We'll send this clip to her. Send this clip to Jeannie Buss. We'll tag her.
Please tag her.
She's awesome.
Yes, I would love to meet her. There's just so many great women that are just out there like doing amazing things. But it not just, there's amazing women out there doing great things, but then there's also just like so many amazing men that are supporting us as well. And you know that's what it takes, right? It takes the village of everyone, right? It takes men giving us that opportunity, unfortunately, because you have most CEOs are a male, right? And they, have to open up their mind and their thought process to say, hey, we could take a woman in this role. Maybe if it's somebody taking over, football, which, normally women, I mean, look at Ursay's, the woman who's the Colts now new owner, right? I mean, I would love to meet her one day, right? Like she's out there. When they talk about her out there on the sidelines and her, with her headphones on, listening to what's happening, that's how I learned NASCAR. I spent my first year literally out there in the field. I'm like, if I don't understand, like I would travel around everywhere. I traveled to multiple tracks, talk to drivers, talk to teams. But when you talk to the teams, that's when you find out the details. When you're talking to the pit crews, all of that's how you know, like,
so
what's happening. So
you're not insecure talking NASCAR now. Like I would think at the beginning.
Yeah.
Where you're like, I don't want to make a mistake in front of these people.
In the beginning, I was like, don't ask me any NASCAR questions because I don't know.
Is there anything you regret saying ever in public because you didn't know anything? Like, yeah, they go really fast.
No, there really isn't anything because I'm always so authentic about it, right? Like, just, hey, I didn't know. I didn't know, and I would really talk through, like, hey, I don't know the answer to that, but I wouldn't say it that way, right? I would navigate my way around it, but what I never did is faked an answer, because that would have mortified me, right? Like, of just like making something up, because somebody will always fact check you.
Oh, I know. Yeah, but God, that's so amazing. What a story. Now, when you talked about men and it takes a village, tell me about your husband.
Yeah.
Where did you meet him, and what does he do, and how does he handle all this?
Yes, yep. So my husband and I actually met at ASU when we were a whole 19 years old.
What was your major at ASU?
Originally it was journalism. I wanted to move to New York and work on Good Morning America. Okay, that was my.
Did you ever tell them that when they interviewed you?
I did. Good Morning America did interview me. It was the Today Show. So that was my plan to move to, because I love fashion. So I had this thing. I was gonna, be in New York with all the fashion stuff and then work on Good Morning America, right? Like work on the anchor desk. Like Robin Roberts was like out there back then. And but back then she was like on the side, like she wasn't on the main, she wasn't the main host. She was like, had a little side job. I was like, one day she's going to be on the desk and I want to do that. But then because I had my job at Charles Schwab and I wanted to work full time and go to school full time, I couldn't figure out how to adjust my schedule for journalism to my work schedule. So I changed to communications and was a communications major, and at ASU is where I met my husband. We now have been married for 19 years. So
is that his major too?
No, he majored in kinesiology and biology.
Like sports medicine type? Okay.
Yeah, he was going to be a doctor, and then he changed his mind somewhere along the way. So he doesn't do anything in kinesiology or biology. He actually also is in recruiting and human resources and leads a recruiting team for Oakland Construction. So that's what he does.
Did he know anything about NASCAR?
No, he went with me when we were going to support Julie. He was there supporting Julie too.
Does he get it now? Does he understand it?
Yeah, oh yeah, now
he gets it.
Yeah, now he does, and of course he's met multiple drivers. And
has he met Michael Jordan?
He has met Michael Jordan.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Is that crazy for you? I mean, I know. Like, do you have a picture of you and Michael Jordan?
Probably.
You don't even know if you, like, it's so...
I probably, and you don't, that's the thing, is that that's what you don't do. Like when you're out there and you're in there and you're doing...
you don't, but if you bring somebody with you...
No, like, see, that's what I do. I don't want them to do that either. I want you to act normal. Like, act like you're meant to be here.
There's certain people you act normal with.
I know.
Everybody, you can act normal with everybody except for Michael Jordan.
But he also loves to be able to, he wants to act like he's normal too. Right? So, like, not a lot, and people respect that. Like, when he's at NASCAR, he can walk around, like,
Oh, I get it.
He can't walk around like without security or anything like that, but he can walk around without people like every 5 seconds asking him for an autograph or a photo. He just kind of like walks and like goes to where he wants to go because he's usually on his box, in a pit box watching a race or in a suite. I mean, he's out. He is in it. He is not like he's like in it. He's like listening in, understanding like what his drivers are talking about, what they're saying. I mean, he's really in it in the sport.
So have you been in a NASCAR?
No, so I've been. I drive around our track all the time in my own car, all the time. It's like relaxing, actually. Sometimes I take meetings and I'm like in the car.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's like really cool.
Like
well, you have got to come. You have to come hang out.
I've lived here almost my whole life, and I've never been. And I know the track's been there like since the 60s.
No, you have to come to the race.
I would love to.
You
said there's only 2 a year?
There's only 2 a year. March 8th is the next one.
What do you do the rest of the time?
We have almost 200 events at the track per year. So we actually have one of the biggest concerts coming up with Decadence.
Decadence. John Summit.
Yeah.
We'll be giving away tickets to that.
Yeah. So Decadence, 2 days, December 30th and the 31st. They have each day about 35,000 people.
Are you going to be there?
I usually go earlier in the day to make sure that they're good, right? But I don't normally stay for the concert.
But is that like the Decadence people rent it from you?
Oh, yeah. So we use the Raceway as a track rental. So we do various things like that. Like we have a great partnership with Relentless Beat. So they do multiple concerts out there. And then we have, like, for example, Foodie Land. Have you heard of Foodie Land? So
food trucks?
Yep. It's almost like 300 food trucks, though.
Whoa.
It's crazy. And we do Foodie Land out there. They also bring about 20,000 people a day. I think that usually starts on a Thursday or a Friday. And then
so that's part of the job, too. It's not just NASCAR.
Oh, yeah. No, we got to rent the Raceway out to generate extra money.
Right. Okay, so that's one of the things you're doing.
Yeah.
You're always trying to rent it out.
Yes. But we're always trying to rent it out. But because I am who I am in community as well, I'm always also trying to invite the community in. And so we do like some nonprofit events out there. We've had a couple of proms out there as well.
That's cool.
For the first time last year, I think we had 3.
You know what would be fun if I could pitch an idea to you?
Yeah.
So my wife and I and my partner Rich, we have a foundation, Love Up Foundation.
Yeah.
And we work with kids in foster care. Mm-hmm. In fact, we just had Christmas for 400 kids in foster care. We rented out a little place and we gave them. We had Santa there. We bought a whole bunch. We let them all buy shoes. Well, we got all the shoes. They pick out what shoes they want and presents, and we had food, and it was a beautiful event.
Yeah.
That'd be cool to take. Like we took a whole bunch to the Suns game, to the Diamondbacks game.
Yeah.
If we took a whole bunch of kids to the racetrack. For
yes,
a race, right?
I always do that. I always donate tickets. So yes, if you want to do, I always donate tickets for each of my races. At a minimum, I try to donate like 500 tickets out to the community for kids groups. Like if it's not the Boys and Girls Club, Big Brothers Big Sisters, we've done New Pathways. We've done a ton of organizations to get kids and get them out there early. Yeah. I've also created a field trip program at the Raceway where we provide Title
I was just about to say Title I. You should do stuff for like.
I do Title I schools. I actually partner together. It's called the Beyond the Finish Line. I partner together with the Larry Fitzgerald Foundation, and we come together. It's a free field trip program. So a lot of these kids, Johnjay, they come and they've never been on a field trip before, but they come to this one because it's free. It's their first free field trip, and so we usually do 50 kids at a time that come. And now we've sent over in the 3 years, almost 2,000 kids have gone through this field trip program, and it's a whole day. The Raceway is theirs. It's like a connection of motorsports and
even though there's not a race there's still stuff.
Oh, there's all kind of stuff to do at the Raceway. Like we take them around. We have like a space with a gamer garage out there. We create activities for them to do. We let them ride on the track. I mean, it's like a really cool experience.
So another thing we do with our foster kids is this is so sad, but we have all these kids that they don't have any parents. They live in group homes and they're trying to get adopted. Yeah. So we do this thing where we did it at the Phoenix Suns Arena. Yeah. We've done it at the airport where we bring all these kids in. And what we do is we take pictures of them and get their hair and makeup done and pick out clothes. Oh, cool. And it's literally to go on a website in hopes that they get adopted. And we try to do it in fun places because before we got involved, they would just do it in the office at the adoption center. Yeah. And it's not fun and they're not smiling, they're not happy. So it'd be fun to be. We bring the photographers, we bring the hair, makeup, we bring food, we cater it, we do whatever, and to have them have a field day at the racetrack.
Yes.
And get their picture taken, then go play.
Yes.
I'm just playing those seeds. I'm not. I would. That's not what this podcast is
no,
about.
but it is about that, because that's what I love to do. Is opening it up so that people can experience it, because it is a special place, and you do want people to experience it. And so I am, and so we'll have an offline conversation about that. But it's just such a cool, and it does make people happy, right? While you are there and while you're in that moment, it's just something that. It's not every day you could say I've been to a raceway, or it's not every day you could say I've
can.
Right, I can, and I'm just so, which is, it's crazy to say. Like, when I think about like what I actually do for work, I'm like, this is so, not every day obviously is a walk in the park, but I mean pretty close. It's like so fun.
Wait, take me through a day that's not a walk in the park. What's a stressful day for you?
People ask me that all the time, and I mean, I think, and I don't know that it's really stressful. The thing that we think about, like when we are getting close to a race, is like making sure that you're like selling tickets, right? You got to sell tickets. People have to come to
What's
the
the
race.
most amount of people? What's a sellout?
Yeah, so for us, well, like for championship weekend overall, like through the weekend, we had over 100,000 people there, right? And so for us, while we have 40,000, if you will, seat, like grandstand seats, our raceway has a capacity to fit up to like 60,000 people at a time, and that's where we normally are for our championship. Because you have people that are sitting on the mountain, you have 51 suites, we build also some hospitality spaces, decks, you have RVs that are inside of there. The other thing that we haven't talked about is that we have RVs that are coming and staying for a whole week. So they come the Monday before, and then they leave the Monday after. So like this past championship weekend, we had over 20,000 campers that are there for one whole week.
Do you go talk to these people?
All the time. That's my favorite part of the job. And then they are like tailgating, right? Like the whole NASCAR fans are so special. They really are. They like are diehard, right? We have some of the best fans. So you get out there and you like meet people that you're like, oh my God, you're like the CEO of a company. Like, I mean, they are like in their element, but they're like out of their like day job and out of like whatever it is that they're normally doing. They're not thinking about that. They are out there literally tailgating for like a week.
Do you ever put the headphones on and talk to the people?
Yeah, you can't talk to the driver.
Oh, you can't?
No. You just listen to like what's happening during the race. So you could tune into your favorite driver. So whoever is in the field, and if Bubba is your favorite driver, you can hear exactly what Bubba is saying to his team and what his spotters and his team are saying to him. It's called race control. And so
you can?
No, fans can. You could rent like a little headphone.
Really?
Oh yeah, you could. It's experience. We actually have an experience that we created here in Phoenix, and now we're selling it for people who wouldn't normally go, right? Like this past race we did in Spanish language. We have a Spanish driver, Daniel Suarez, who's a phenomenal human being. We invited folks from the Spanish community, which we had about 25 of them that came, never been to a NASCAR race before. They were listening in, and they were getting play-by-play of what was happening in the race in the headphones.
Wow. So what is this? So what is stressful for you? What is a day where, like, you throw something down because
no, it's not that stressful.
Bubba Wallace missed a phone call. We're supposed to tell a Zoom.
No, not that. It would really be like days of missing, like when ticket sales, like say today you only sold one. Not that we've ever been in a space where we only sold one ticket, but like today we only sold one ticket, but this time last year we sold 1,000 tickets on this day, right? And
you look at that.
Really, yeah, you're looking at that every day. That gets stressful. Like when you're looking at that every single day.
Do you have to report to the middleman between you and the France people?
Yeah, and it's not really. It's really I don't report until it's time, right? Like till the end.
They don't talk to you once a week. They talk to you whenever.
Yeah, no. If I wanted to talk to them once a week, I could, and we do have bi-weekly meetings.
Like you're literally. The buck stops with you here.
Yeah,
you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, any decisions for Arizona are with me. Yeah.
Would you say in the 3 years you've been there, have they seen growth?
For sure.
Really?
We've definitely seen growth. We've continued to grow year over year. We've also just expanded like who we are and what we do. We really have put ourselves on the map here in Arizona. I mean, before, like that's what Julie was doing. The raceway was already in a really good place and space because it was new. And Julie had really started that process already, so it was really my opportunity to come in and put my sprinkle on it, if you will. It wasn't in a bad space. I just had to, which is actually kind of hard, right? Because how do you either keep it where it was or elevate it? And so I really have had to be in a space of elevating it. And where I've elevated, you talk about culture, but as well, it's not just about culture, it's about bringing people like you who've never been there before also, right? And you don't have to come to the raceway and camp. You can just come to experience the race because that's the thing, is we do so much to create an experience for you, and so we want you to come and enjoy it. And so so really have changed and grown the game from that. The amount of people who have come to my races, I've just been so grateful.
That's awesome. Is Julie still in Chicago?
Yeah, Julie's still in Chicago. She comes to all of my races. I go to all of her races.
Do you ever sit back and go, what? Look what you did to me.
Yes, yes.
Like,
I literally talked to her this morning, actually, and so we were just doing our check-in before NASCAR shuts down for a couple weeks for the holiday. So we were just doing our check-in before we shut down for the holiday, and just like reflecting on like just where we are, and like if not for her, I mean, I wouldn't be in this role, or this, would have considered this opportunity. But so she's just a great.
I wonder when she thought, hey. Let me put you in this role. Like, I wonder when that hit her.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, because you definitely, you to use your word, you sprinkle.
Yeah.
You're a sprinkler.
Yeah.
You come in, you have so much energy. You have such great vibes. Oh. Are your parents like? Do they ever get blown away? Are they proud? I mean, they gotta be proud, but I mean, do they?
Yeah.
Like, I would think that your dad, although I've never met him before, would almost be emotional and cry that his daughter's done this.
Yeah, it's been an amazing thing because my parents are extremely supportive. So I was in the role for less than a year, and I got like my first, in sports award, like this WISE Award, Women in Sports, and it came in an email, and I was like, I haven't even done anything yet. Like, I can't believe that they're doing this. And so I remember calling my parents to tell them about it. They're like, we're going to like, and I've gotten, multiple awards before. Not that none of them meant anything, but this just felt different. And just having my parents there, my brothers were there. It was just really nice to, be able to share it with all of them, because it's not, if not for my parents, if not for my family, I wouldn't be in this role. It's like your team, right? Like, I have a team of family members that support me and hold me up, and then I have my team at the raceway that do the same thing. And so it has been, my parents come to every single one of my races,
so
right?
awesome.
Like they're in their 70s. They hang. My parents are just cool, right? But they come hang out, and
you give them the big all access pass. They're walking around with this. My daughter.
Yeah. They're so chill, right? They like, but I do have. I mean, I'm black, so I have an entourage, right? Like so I roll deep. But I only roll deep at the end of the race, right? Like when seriously during a race, like I have a minute by minute. Like I'm like back to back, but my boys are there with me. I mean, it really is an amazing thing. My husband, it's just really a cool thing. And then at the end, when we're celebrating victory, here comes me and my entourage. Right, rolling deep to victory lane.
Who's in your entourage?
Like my brothers, my nieces and nephews, a couple of friends, my kids, my husband, right? I mean, it's my people.
What are some perks you've experienced now being like the president of a big, huge sports facility and sports team? And
yeah, I think it's I thought I got invited to like a lot of stuff before. I think it's just the invites that I get now to like all the sporting events, right, where I'm always at. But also, it's not just the invites to that, it's the collaborations, right? The Suns have been phenomenal partners with us. Like we do collaborated things together, but the Cardinals have been even more. Michael Bidwell came to my race in March last year. He came, the thing with Michael, he always says like, when people come to experience your event, like you want them to be on time. He came early and stayed late, right? Like he was there for the whole thing. He didn't leave early. So just having people like that who are even interested. I mean, he said that he maybe went to a race like in the 90s, but wasn't there for like he didn't experience it the way he experienced coming to the raceway. And so, somebody from every major sporting event has shown up and come to each of my races.
Like the Suns go to the races and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
You guys work together to try to get some of the players? And
we do. So the hard part about the Suns players getting there is that we're always in their season, right? They always have a game. I've been trying real hard to get Devin. Devin has an amazing agent. Jessica Holtz is amazing.
I work out with her.
Yeah, Jess is just like a good human. So we just had lunch a couple of weeks ago, and so Jess and I at some point are going to get Devin at the raceway. Devin's dad has been to the raceway. Melvin again, really good. We have like so many good people in this market, but that's what I've been able to do is bring people like that right to the track. And
I'm blown away. You just brought up Jess. That's so wild. Like her and I, like we have the same trainer.
You do?
And we work out in the same place at the same time. Jess
and I are on a panel for ASU together not that long ago. I don't know. I think we both needed each other on that day. We were sitting there on this panel, and I don't even know what the panel was technically about, but they were talking to us about like who we were, and Jess was like downplaying like who she was, and I'm like, no, time out. Like you got two of the biggest deals like in NBA history essentially in the same day. Like what? Like we're not.
She did two biggest deals.
Yes, with Anthony Towns.
Carl Anthony Towns?
Carl Anthony Towns and Devin. And I'm like, Jess was like, it was a really big deal. She was like, yeah, it was just a Tuesday.
That's so funny. I've never talked to her about sports. I've talked about Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, no, she's like...
You got to get the Backstreet Boys to
the race.
Yeah. At least to do a concert there.
But then I've even had people, like when you, like even like celebrities, like Michael Phelps came, and him and Nicole came, and he was the honorary pace car driver. Like he drove the car in front. And so it was so funny when I was sitting down with Michael before asking him to do it. I didn't know if they've been asking for years. I was like, let me just talk. You got to always talk to the boss, which was Nicole. And so I talked to him, and he and his whole family, of course, I'm like, he's like, can I bring a guest? I'm like, you bring the whole squad, right? Like his whole family came, Nicole's parents came. And I mean, we made sure that they had like the best time, but Michael still talks about it, like what an experience. And so that's what I want to bring. Like I want to just think outside the box of like, who can we bring, and who can we make sure that is just part of the NASCAR family now?
It's so fun. You just have this creative, this empty canvas. You can do whatever you want.
Whatever.
That's why I'm pitching the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah. Do you have a connection?
No, I know, but I know. I mean, maybe,
hey, listen, if you know somebody, we can work together.
Not to race car, to do a concert. If you're doing John Summit there,
yeah,
right? Because they're doing a residency in Vegas at the Sphere. I want to go to that.
Yeah.
Are you doing stuff with Vegas?
No.
What about F1? Is that totally different?
Yeah, it's totally
like
different.
There won't be an F1 race at Phoenix Raceway because that's NASCAR. They're totally different.
Totally different.
Did you watch the movie with Brad Pitt?
I haven't watched the F1 movie. I know. I got to get on it. I don't have time to sit. This 2 weeks that I'm coming up, you tell me what movies I need to watch because.
Have you watched Days of Thunder?
No.
That's Tom Cruise. That's NASCAR.
No, I haven't watched Days of Thunder.
Okay, well, that came out in 1987.
Yeah, it's like 100 years ago.
Okay, but let me. Okay. So the guy that did Top Gun. Did you watch Top Gun?
Yes.
Did you watch Maverick?
Yes.
Okay, the guy that did Maverick.
Yeah.
He did the F1 movie. Okay, with Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Okay. The rumor is he wants to do a new Days of Thunder movie, which is NASCAR, where Tom Cruise's NASCAR character, Cole Trickle, crosses over with Brad Pitt's F1 character. I forgot his name in the movie. Yeah. And so it's a Days of Thunder sequel, but with both things.
Yeah.
They're working on it now, which would be huge.
Yeah, that would be
huge. Should get a hold of Hollywood and have them film it at your place.
Don't worry, I'll call someone.
So when is the next NASCAR race?
It's coming, in Phoenix. In Phoenix, it's coming up soon. It's that March. So actually, it's a really cool weekend too. So it's March 5th through the 8th. We have 4 races that weekend. It's a very unique weekend. We have a doubleheader with IndyCar. First time in NASCAR history that we're doing doubleheader during the race weekend. So it's on Saturday, March 7th is when we're doing the doubleheader with Indy. IndyCar is phenomenal. Been great to work with. Their cars are totally different than ours. It's just a totally different experience and fan base. So if we're going to do it anywhere, we're going to try it in Phoenix. And so we are really excited about that. So that's our next race weekend.
And is this one of those, like, I remember I heard recently it was like the Super Bowl of NASCAR was here, right?
Yes, that was championship weekend. So some people argue that essentially we start with the Super Bowl at the start of our season, which is the Daytona 500.
Yeah.
But the Super Bowl, in sense of crowning a champion, that part of it happened in Phoenix, and that just happened here not that long ago.
Who won that one?
In November. That was Kyle Larson.
Oh, that's who you said.
Yep.
Have you watched Talladega Nights?
Yes, but like 100 years ago. And I've been to now Talladega. Talladega, each raceway is so special. It's each one is so unique.
So let me ask you this. So you have like so much energy and so much knowledge, and outside of your parents, outside of going to school at ASU, outside of Charles Schwab, are there any books that you've read that have helped you, that have guided you? Or is there anything like that you're like, if I wouldn't have read this book, it wouldn't help me push me this way or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm a huge Brene Brown fan.
She's awesome.
She's awesome. So I always am in Brene Brown books. But now, I feel like I get into like a space when I'm reading a book, it has to be relatable to like whatever's going on, like right now, or something that will keep my interest long enough to say, I want to know more about that. So right now I'm actually reading this book called The Art of Spending Money It's a phenomenal book. It just talks about just this relationship that we have with money, and the world or society tells you like this is exactly what you're supposed to do. This is exactly how you're supposed to spend. But it's really an emotional connection. It's really sometimes it's about status, sometimes it's about your upbringing, right? Like how you came up, and then let's say maybe you didn't have much, but now you do, and now you want to show off like this shiny car, or like whatever it is. But are you doing that for you, or are you doing that for someone else, right? And so it just has this like relatability to like how to manage that art of like not giving a shit about what people think, right? And so it has so many. It's called The Art of Spending Money, but it's just really this mindset of like, even though you have all these public eye and you have all this stuff, like, are you doing it for you, or are you doing it for them? Like, stay true to you.
I had this friend of mine he's a CEO of a huge company. He's got 8,000 employees. Yeah. And he told me a couple of years ago, he was like, life is about experiences. That's it. He goes, it's about experiences. He goes, so spend your money on experiences. Yes. And that like changed everything for me.
Yes, and that's what the book talks about as well, because those experiences will last a lifetime, right? That $50 is not lasting a lifetime, right? Right. So you're going to spend it.
Well, when you got the NASCAR job, was it kind of like, did you ever like, oh my God, I got to watch this movie, or I've got to watch this documentary, or is there anything you did to study it?
No, where I got to studying, I started researching people, but like you said, I loved what you said at the beginning. You didn't Google. Like I refuse. Yeah, like if I'm going to meet you, I'm going to meet you, right? So I refuse to Google people. And so the only thing that I was Googling are things like, not really Googling, I was going on NASCAR to try to understand like the point system and like, why are you at this point in the car? Like, how did you get to car 2 versus car 1? Which I didn't realize it was because of the qualifying round. So the qualifying rounds are what gets you to being in that space in your position, right? But I didn't know. And because I was trying to figure out as well, like in my garages, like how do I know who gets what garage number, right? Like how do you know? Right. It's based on points. Right. And so really that is what I Googled, was just to educate myself on like, how does the sport work outside of that in terms of people? That's what I told you. I went out there and I just got to meeting people, and I started to create like a list. Like, these are the people internal to NASCAR that I need to get to know and understand their job and just understand who they are and like what they do. But then outside of that, like getting to know the teams, like what does it take to like be a pit crew member? Like, how do you do that? Like, how do you get there? Went out there. Pit crew members have like a combine. It's like the pit crews, I could be out there all day watching them prepare. Like, really? Oh, it's like so legit. Like, they get out there, if they got to change a tire in 11 seconds. So, and they got to put the caps back, the hubs caps back. They got to do shit. They got to get it all back together to make sure that the tires don't fall off, right? While the driver's going 200 miles per hour.
Is it like, do they have like a driver and then another driver? Like, like I remember I was watching this F1 movie, and Brad Pitt comes in and does like 3 laps, and then another guy comes in.
No, we do not do that.
So it's whoever is the driver. Like Bubba Wallace starts the race, finishes the race.
So if we have 200 laps, Bubba is driving all 200 of those laps. Okay. Yeah, 100%. They don't stop. There is no, like, the only time you're stopping is pulling over to get your gas or a tire changed.
What's a long day for you? Like, what time's your day start?
Let's see. So it depends. But race Sunday, so like a race Sunday, I usually am there by like 7 a.m., 6:30, 7 a.m. Now, and that depends on media, right? Like, so if there's any media hits that happen in the morning, like first thing, like 4, 5, 6 in the morning, I could have to go to some of those. My PR rep is phenomenal. He takes the really, really early ones for me.
Is that
Matt Humphrey, yep. And then after that, like we don't leave until the race is like way over, right? You got to go to Victory Lane, all that. So if I get there at 6 a.m., so you have a 1 p.m. race, let's say you have no cautions, you have no wrecks, all of that kind of stuff. The race is probably done by 4:30. Then you have like an after party. You got your people there. So I'm probably not leaving until like 8.
That's the longest day like that? It's
no, because actually your earlier days, so I would say like a Thursday, like, so our race week is on Monday, right? So then Thursday is when you when the track gets hot, like when the cars start to get on the track, so that, which is Thursday. Then I have like events, like we have parties and stuff after that. So like on a Thursday, this past for race week, I was there probably at 8 a.m. And I had 3 parties that I had to go to. Like, and it's like legit. It's not like I'm hanging out party, right? Like, I mean, it's I have to go because it's our sponsors.
Right, you're schmoozing. You're shaking hands, kissing baby.
And if I don't show up, they notice, right? So I think I got home like at 1 a.m. So I think it's track at 8 and then home by like 1 a.m. So the Thursday and Friday are like probably my longest day of a race week.
Do you take a couple of days off a week, or do you like what's your Saturday and Sunday? Do you get a Saturday and Sunday? Like, are you
during
off?
a race?
No, just like are you off Wednesday, Thursday?
On a normal week. So like this week I work Monday through Friday. Okay. But there really is no such thing as like Monday through Friday for us. So like if we have track rentals and have things going on Saturday and I need to show, I'm always showing up for something. Or if I have to go do a media hit, I have to go speak at something. Like I don't have like your traditional, like Monday through Friday, I try to have like a traditional 8 to 5 schedule, but then I'll have stuff, right? Like after work or whatever, which is still work events. I also serve on a lot of boards too. So then there's those things. But traditionally it would be like a Monday through Friday.
Do you have a dog?
Yeah, but I don't really participate.
You don't?
No, because I have 2 kids, okay? That's where I participate.
They got the dog?
Yes, their dog.
Are your kids now NASCAR fans, 100%?
Absolutely.
Are they also other sports? Are they basketball players, football players?
Yeah. So my oldest played baseball himself through high school. So all of my whole family, my parents, everybody, we're sports family. Like we love to watch sports. Like when COVID happened, we didn't know what to do with ourselves because there was no sports to watch. So we ended up watching the cornhole.
I know the lady that put that on.
That's what we watched.
I just talked to her on our show today. She put on ESPN. They did the cornhole championship.
Yeah, thank God she had that. I mean, we legit were having a family tree of like talking on the phone. Like, did you see? The father and the son were the ones that like. I don't even know their names, but I remember that it was a father and a son, and they were telling their story, and they're the winners.
Is there any NASCAR going on now?
Now it's off season for us.
I want to watch now.
Yeah, you gotta watch. So we will start our main race starts the Daytona 500. So that's like the weekend after the Super Bowl. That's when the season starts, and then you have NASCAR every weekend after that. We have like maybe 1 or 2 weekends off until November. So our season is long.
You know what's funny is that if your mom and dad would not have agreed to buy your nails, you wouldn't be here where you are right now.
That's it.
I mean, think about it.
They were giving me some independence.
Yeah, I mean, they were talking about life lessons, right?
Really?
They're like, we're not going to buy your long fingernails. Go get a job.
So it was essentially like I was like, Mom, I want my nails done every 2 weeks, like everybody else, And back then it was like spray paint, they would like airbrush, and it
Trevor
was
Brown,
hood, right? and then you could like pierce the the fingernail. I had that. It was so great at the time, but my mom was like, you do not need that, and if you're gonna get that, get it yourself. I was like, say less, I'm gonna find a job.
Isn't that amazing? But you're also driven. I mean, you're a very unique human being. There's not a lot of people like you, I don't think. You're very rare, especially with your energy level. I mean, as soon as I met you, I was like, whoa. Man, congratulations.
No, thank you. I'm so glad that we got to meet in that moment, and now you're going to become a NASCAR fan. You're coming to a race.
I promise you. If you invite me, I'll go.
I'm inviting you.
I'll go. Well,
you and your family are coming.
Did you have a good time on this podcast? Was this fun?
This is so fun. You make it too easy to chat.
Have you done a lot of podcasts?
Yes, I've done a lot of podcasts, a lot of interviews. I love just like having conversations, right, with people.
Do you have like an assistant that does everything for you? So like you wake up in the morning, you just have to do whatever the assistant has booked, or they run it by you?
No. I'm not that kind of person. Oh. I'm in the weeds, right? So my poor assistant, I love her. She just tries to help me manage because I do have so many things like going on in the day. So she really just help make it as easy as possible for me to do whatever I need to do for the day. So yeah, I book a lot of things. I'm very, obviously, I exchange phone numbers with you right away. I'm very accessible. I never want to be that person where there's somebody else that has to speak on my behalf or someone else that makes you feel like you can't talk to me. Even with my team, right? I mean, a lot of people say that cliche, like an open door policy, but like literally, I mean, my team, anybody and any member, like, so while I have direct reports and then they have reports, like the people who work for them, they know that they can walk in and if they want to just chit chat about whatever's on their mind, it doesn't even have to necessarily be just business, right?
Like, is your office at the racetrack?
We have a corporate office that's down the street from the racetrack.
Okay.
So I have some employees that are at the racetrack 24/7, like our maintenance team, our track. Like if you said tomorrow I want to rent the raceway, like our track is pristine all the time. Our maintenance team is phenomenal. So it would be, you could use it, right? Like we don't need to do much to flip it for you to be able to use it.
I like to drive my car on it. Can I drive my car on it?
Yeah, you can. If I give you a private tour, I'll let you drive
my own car on it. How fast do you take your car?
No, it's a paced ride, and you're not driving really fast. Okay, we're gonna like.
Oh, so when you have your meetings by yourself on the track?
Yeah, I usually go like sometimes 40, sometimes 60. But I'm telling you, and it's like the embankment. When you're on it, you feel like you're going much faster.
Okay, you need to have a meeting, and you just go. I'm gonna do it in my car. I'm gonna do it on the racetrack. So you get on speakerphone in your car, and you just drive in this giant circle, 40 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And
sometimes I'm driving slow, fast. I go up, down.
And you just have a meeting. Dude, you know what? I think you need a reality show. And you know what? I know my sister does that for a living.
Does she?
You need to meet her. You are a walking reality show right now. Everything you just said. Am I right? Oh my God, you are amazing.
No, you're amazing, and I appreciate you.
Well, I'm glad you came on my podcast. You're awesome.
Thank you.
You're totally awesome. Man,
Thank you.
You just made my day. You totally did. You're awesome. Okay, so welcome to our podcast. This is a little bit different today because this podcast is a spin-off of our radio show.